What if I told you that the coin you've been looking at for years, that one from your childhood collection, could be worth up to $970,000? That's right, a single penny could change your life. But there's a catch. It's not just any penny. It's a rare 1986 Lincoln penny with no mint mark. Are you holding one? Well, stick around because you won't want to miss how you could turn that penny into a small fortune. This is the kind of opportunity that can come only once in a lifetime. Let's take a step back. Most of us know Lincoln pennies, right? They're a staple of American currency. But here's where things get interesting. Back in 1986, something strange happened. The U.S. Mint accidentally missed placing the mint mark on a small batch of pennies. Now, before you dismiss this as just another error coin, consider this: coins without mint marks are incredibly rare. In fact, finding one could make you rich. Why? Because of that very mistake. And the more you understand how this happened, the more you'll realize that this penny is not just a collector's item. It's a treasure, but here's the real kicker. These pennies were made for circulation, and most of them were spent by regular Americans, just like you. So, they're few and far between, and today, they're worth a fortune. Stick around because in just a minute, I'll show you exactly how much one of these rare 1986 no mint mark pennies could be worth. And how you can sell it for big bucks. Now, let's dive into what really matters, the value. You're probably wondering, how much is this penny worth? If you have a 1986 penny with no mint mark in perfect condition, and I mean flawless, it could fetch you up to $970,000. Yes, $770,000. It's not just a crazy dream, it's a real possibility. Here's where the story gets interesting. The key is condition. If your penny has been worn down by years of being tossed around, it won't reach that astronomical price. But if it's in near perfect condition, you're looking at a significant sum. What exactly should you be looking for? Check for any signs of wear, scratches, or discoloration. A clean, sharp coin with clear features will get the highest price. Even small details matter, so be careful and examine every part of the coin. Got a penny in your pocket right now? Go ahead, take it out, give it a quick look. I'll wait. If you're pulling out a dirty, corroded penny, don't get too excited. But hey, it's the thought that counts, right? Here's the thing, the market for rare coins is growing. The longer you wait, the more chances there are for someone else to get their hands on a coin like yours. Think about it, there are hundreds of collectors and investors looking for just one of these pennies. Once they find it, the value can skyrocket, and the window for selling at a high price closes, and guess what? The market is unpredictable. Coin values fluctuate, and if you're not paying attention, you could miss the chance to sell it at its peak value. What do you think? Does your penny hold that rare value? Don't go anywhere, because in the next part, I'll show you how to identify if your coin is really worth a fortune. And if it is, I'll tell you exactly how to sell it for top dollar. So, you've got your 1986 no mint mark penny. Maybe you're staring at it right now, unsure whether you have the real deal. The good news? Identifying it is easier than you think. Here are a few simple steps you can follow. Examine the coin. As mentioned before, it needs to be in excellent condition. Look for sharp details, crisp edges, and a clean surface. Get it certified. If you think you found something special, get it graded by a professional. A certified coin has a much higher resale value. Find a reputable dealer. If you're ready to sell, work with a professional dealer who specializes in rare coins. They'll ensure you get the best price, and don't worry if you're not an expert. There are plenty of resources and communities out there to help guide you through the process. This isn't just about selling a penny, it's about securing your financial future. But here's the thing, you have to act quickly. The longer you wait, the more likely that once-in-a-lifetime opportunity could pass you by, and, trust me, you don't want to miss out on what could be the biggest payday of your life. In the next video, I'll walk you through some more rare coins that might be sitting in your collection, waiting to turn into a fortune. This is more than just about coins. It's about seizing opportunities and taking control of your financial destiny. If you've got a 1986 no mint mark penny, or any other rare coin, you could be just one step away from wealth. Imagine waking up one day, knowing that your penny, just one small coin, has given you the chance to live a life of financial freedom. What's the most valuable coin you've ever found? Drop a comment below and share your story with me, I'd love to hear it. Imagine finding a penny, just a regular, old penny, but with the potential to make you hundreds of thousands of dollars. A penny that could change your life forever. Sounds too good to be true. Well, it's not. Today, we're diving into one of the most sought-after, high-value coins in the world, the 1987 no mint mark Lincoln penny. If you've got one lying around, or even if you think it's just another coin in your collection, you might be sitting on a goldmine worth up to $968,000. And yes, you heard that right, almost $1 million for a penny. Stay with me, because what we're about to uncover might just blow your mind. So, why is this seemingly ordinary penny so extraordinary? To understand the value of the 1987 no mint mark Lincoln penny, we first need to dive into its backstory. In 1987, a small number of Lincoln pennies were produced without a mint mark, a detail that most people probably overlooked at the time. But these missing mint marks were actually a mistake that turned into a rare treasure. Let me ask you this, have you ever come across a coin in your pocket and just thought, it's just a penny, who needs it? Well, you might want to rethink that mindset. This is where the story gets exciting, and crucial for your wallet. Out of the 1987 pennies made, some slipped through the cracks at the US Mint without the usual mint mark that tells us where it was produced. This seemingly minor error makes these coins a rarity, and rarities in the coin world are golden. Collectors, investors, and even numismatists, people who make a living off rare coins, are on the lookout for these exact pennies. And they're willing to pay top dollar to get their hands on one. So, how much could one of these pennies be worth? We're talking up to $968,000. That's not a typo. Just imagine, one tiny coin, sitting in your pocket or collection, could change your financial future forever. Let's pause for a second. I know, it sounds like a late-night infomercial, buy this, and you're rich. But trust me, this isn't a gimmick. It's real. And it could be hiding right under your nose. Now, let's talk about how you can tell if you've got one of these hidden gems. It's not as simple as just flipping it over and looking for a mint mark, it's about the overall condition and the specific details of the coin. The key here is knowing what to look for. Some of these 1987 no mint mark pennies were never officially released into circulation, which makes them even rarer. But here's the catch. The window of opportunity to find these pennies is closing fast. If you're watching this video and you have a 1987 penny sitting around, now is the time to act. People are literally paying top dollar for these coins, and they're becoming harder to find by the day. Here's where the urgency kicks in. The longer you wait, the more likely that someone else will snatch it up before you even have a chance to make a profit. This is your moment. The value of these coins is soaring. And trust me, once word gets out, these pennies will only become more elusive, and more expensive. Remember, there's a reason why so many people are making a fortune off rare coins. This is the kind of opportunity that doesn't knock twice. It's not just about finding a penny. It's about changing your financial future. The path to wealth is paved with rare finds, and this penny could be your ticket to living a life you've only dreamed of. But wait, before we get into how you can sell your 1987 no mint mark penny and turn it into cash, let me show you the most important tip for identifying whether you've got the real deal. Because, trust me, there's one thing you need to know that could mean the difference between pocket change and a life-changing fortune. So, make sure to stay with me until the end, because what I'm about to show you could mean the difference between a few $100s and a whopping $968,000. You might have a fortune sitting right in your pocket, and you don't even know it. A single penny, one that's probably been sitting in your jar of loose change for years, could be worth up to $962,000. Sound unbelievable? Stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to identify it, and what to do next to make life-changing money. Now, I know what you're thinking, a penny. Is this some sort of joke? But I assure you, this is no joke. In fact, for the savvy coin collector, this penny is as valuable as gold. So, are you ready to find out if that little piece of copper could be your ticket to a wealthy future? Let's dive in. Let's start with the basics. In 1989, the U.S. Mint produced millions of Lincoln pennies. Most of them have a mint mark, either a D for Denver or a P for Philadelphia. But, there's one rare, elusive version of the 1989 penny that has no mint mark at all. It's a true mystery, and it's worth a lot more than you think. Now, hold your horses. Before you rush to check your loose change, I need you to understand why this coin is so valuable. You see, in the world of rare coins, it's not just about the year. It's about rarity, condition, and, well, luck. And let's be honest, getting lucky with a penny might sound a little far-fetched. But I'm here to tell you it happens more often than you'd think. In fact, there have been multiple stories of regular folks finding this very penny and walking away with hundreds of thousands of dollars. So, if you've ever wanted to quit your 9-to-5 job, pay off that mortgage, or take a vacation to somewhere tropical, this is your moment. Let's break it down. So, why is this specific 1989 penny worth so much? First of all, it's about the rarity. See, most pennies are minted with a D or P, but very few were made without any mint mark at all. The reason for this? It's a rare mistake, a minting error that was never meant to happen. The coins that don't have a mint mark were a result of production issues that slipped through the cracks, and because of that, they're considered one of the most sought-after errors in coin collecting today. Now, imagine this: what if you found one of these pennies? What would you do with it? You could sell it for up to $962,000, yes, you heard that correctly. The highest auction sale for this rare penny hit close to $1 million, but let me ask you this: what if you don't find one of these pennies? Does that mean you should just give up on your dream of making money from rare coins? Of course not. The beauty of coin collecting is that there are countless opportunities, and every penny could be hiding a potential treasure. But here's the catch: if you want to make money off this rare 1989 penny, you need to know what to look for. Checking for a mint mark isn't enough. You have to know how to spot a legitimate 1989, no mint mark, penny in pristine condition. These pennies, in perfect condition, are the ones that can fetch the highest prices. Now, here's the million-dollar question: how do you know if your 1989 penny is worth that much? Well, first, you need to check for its condition. Coins in great shape, especially with no wear or discoloration, are much more valuable than those that have been circulating for years. Don't make the mistake of assuming your penny is worth nothing just because it's old. If it's rare, if it's in great condition, and if it doesn't have a mint mark, then you may be sitting on a goldmine, but time is running out. The longer you wait to check your coins, the greater the chances that someone else will beat you to it. The market for rare pennies is growing every day, and the clock is ticking. I'm about to tell you where you can get your 1989 no mint mark penny evaluated, but here's the twist: not every coin dealer will recognize the value of your penny. Many don't know the true worth of these hidden gems. And if you take it to the wrong person, you could walk away with pennies on the dollar. So, stay with me. In the next video, I'll reveal exactly where to sell your rare penny to get the best price possible, without getting scammed. But, for now, it's up to you. Will you search through your coins and see if you've got that fortune hidden in your collection? Or will you let this rare opportunity slip through your fingers? The choice is yours, but remember, this might be the one chance you've been waiting for. If you're serious about turning old pennies into a fortune, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Click the bell so you never miss out on more valuable coin tips and secrets. Share this video with a friend. After all, you don't want them to miss out on the opportunity of a lifetime, right? Never knowing that it's worth more than a brand new car, more than a luxury home, potentially even more than a small fortune. Sounds unbelievable? Stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you could be holding a ticket to a six-figure payday. And I'm not exaggerating. Today, we're diving deep into the world of one of the most elusive and highly sought-after coins in American history, the 2016 Lincoln penny, with no mint mark. Yes, you heard that right. This penny could be worth up to $960,000, and I'm going to show you exactly why, and how you can cash in on this rare discovery. Let's start with the basics. The 2016 Lincoln penny, an everyday coin you've probably seen millions of times, was released into circulation as part of the regular batch of pennies produced by the U.S. Mint. However, a small, seemingly insignificant detail made certain pennies stand out from the rest. The absence of a mint mark. Wait, no mint mark? What does that even mean, right? Mint marks are those little letters you see under the date on most coins, indicating which U.S. Mint facility produced them. But here's the catch: some 2016 pennies were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, and they were supposed to have a mint mark, like most coins from that facility. But some of them, about 10,000 of them, didn't. And that small mistake, that small error, has made these coins one of the rarest and most valuable pennies on the planet. Imagine the poor guy who got the job of inspecting these pennies. Oops, I missed 10,000 of them. Here's your bonus, pal. I bet he didn't realize he'd just made the world's most expensive mistake. But here's where things get really exciting. The fact that only 10,000 of these 2016 NO mint mark pennies were released means they are now considered incredibly rare. And rare means valuable. In fact, these pennies have sold at auctions for up to $960,000. That's no typo, almost $1 million for a coin that many people wouldn't even bother picking up off the ground. So, how can you be sure you've got one of these hidden treasures in your pocket? First, let's talk about the key features to look for. The 2016 NO mint mark penny should be easy to spot if you know where to look. The most important thing to check is the absence of the mint mark under the date. If you're holding a penny from 2016 and it's got no mint mark, boom, you may have struck gold. Now, here's where things get even more urgent. You need to act fast. While these pennies are highly sought after, the market for them is constantly changing. Coins like this don't just sit around forever. The longer you wait, the more likely someone else could swoop in and snag it from under your nose. Let's think about the real-world implications for a second. Imagine discovering one of these rare pennies in your spare change, selling it, and walking away with a small fortune. Can you imagine what that could do for your life? A brand new house, a shiny new car, the freedom to do whatever you want, it's all possible. But only if you act fast. This coin isn't going to wait around for you. By the way, if you're sitting there thinking, nah, it's just a penny, not worth much, you might want to pause this video and check under your couch cushions. Who knows? You might just find a small fortune sitting there. But here's the thing. If you've got one of these coins, there's no time to waste. The market is always changing, and coins like this have gone up in value faster than anyone could have predicted. Now, you're probably wondering, how do I sell it? Where do I even start? Great question. I've got you covered. But here's where things get tricky. Selling a rare coin like this isn't as simple as listing it on eBay. There are certain steps you need to take to maximize its value, steps that could mean the difference between getting a few $100 or hitting that six-figure jackpot. And the most important part? I'm going to share those steps with you in just a minute. But first, let's talk about the biggest mistake people make when selling rare coins, and how you can avoid it. Because believe me, if you don't know this one thing, you could end up losing thousands of dollars, maybe even your chance at a six-figure payday. Stick around, because after the break, I'll reveal how to sell your 2016 NO mint mark Lincoln penny for the highest possible price, and make sure you're not leaving money on the table. This could be the coin that changes your life. The question is, are you ready to take that first step towards turning your penny into a small fortune? Stay tuned, because I'm about to show you exactly how to make it happen. What if I told you that a coin, a simple penny from 2017, could be worth over $954,000? Sounds too good to be true, right? Well, buckle up because what you're about to learn could change your life forever. That penny you might have thrown away or forgotten about could be your ticket to living the life you've always dreamed of, but, I'll warn you, the truth might shock you. Stick with me till the end, and I'll show you how to spot this rare gem and how to potentially cash in on a small fortune. Let's dive in. Now, let's start with a simple question. How much do you think a regular, run-of-the-mill penny is worth? 1 cent? Well, not exactly. You see, not all pennies are created equal. In fact, there's one particular penny, the 2017 P Mint Mark Lincoln penny, that is making waves in the numismatic world right now. Why is this particular penny so special? Well, it all comes down to rarity and a unique mistake in production that you won't find in every coin jar. That's right, a mistake that's putting almost $1 million in the hands of lucky sellers, but here's the catch, you have to know what you're looking for. And most people, honestly, they don't even realize they're holding on to something that could change their lives. Let me ask you this, what would you do if you found a coin worth almost $1 million in your couch cushions? Take a minute and think about that. Pause for effect, could you even wrap your mind around that kind of money? So, what makes the 2017 P Mint Mark Lincoln penny so valuable? Well, here's where it gets interesting. This penny was the first to be minted in Philadelphia in over 70 years, and that's where the magic happened. The 2017 P penny was part of a limited run. When it was minted, a small but incredibly significant design error made it extremely rare. You see, most pennies carry the D or S mint mark, but this one carried a P mint mark, the first time ever for a Lincoln penny. Because of the small, limited release, these pennies have become rare collector's items. And here's the kicker, only a few are in circulation, and most were never intended to be. They're out there, waiting for you to find them, but here's the real catch. Finding one. It's not easy. The 2017 P Mint Mark Lincoln penny is tricky to spot, and many people overlook it, not realizing the small details that make it special. And if you don't know how to identify it, well, you might just let that small fortune slip right through your fingers, but how do you actually spot one of these rare coins? And how can you make sure you're not getting scammed if someone tries to sell you one? Stay tuned, because I'm about to reveal exactly what to look for. Alright, let's talk money. The 2017 P Mint Mark Lincoln penny can be worth anywhere from a few dollars for a low-grade coin to over $954,000 for a pristine, uncirculated example. Yes, you heard me right, $954,000, so, how do you spot this little gem? It's all in the details. First, check the mint mark. It's right under the date on the obverse, the head side, of the coin. The P mint mark will be small, but visible. It's that simple. But here's the thing, condition is everything. The better the condition, the more it's worth. A coin in mint condition can fetch a fortune, whereas one in average condition might only be worth a few bucks. Think about this, the next time you're rummaging through a jar of old pennies, you might find something that'll put you on the path to a new life. Doesn't that sound exciting? I mean, why keep hoarding pennies that are worth nothing when one might be worth more than a house? But here's the real secret, to sell your 2017 P Mint Mark Lincoln penny for top dollar, you need to know where to find the right buyers. Many people get excited and rush to list their coins online, but not all buyers are created equal. Some will offer you pennies on the dollar, literally. That's why knowing where to sell is just as important as knowing what to look for. But where do you sell these coins to get the highest price? Is there a hidden market for them? Don't worry, I've got you covered, and I'm about to reveal the best place to list your valuable coin, and how you can maximize its value. Stay tuned because you won't want to miss this. Now, imagine you found this rare 2017 P Mint Mark penny. What happens next? You list it for sale, and just like that, you've got a real shot at making life-changing money. But here's something to consider, selling coins like this isn't just about the money. It's about taking control of your future. It's about getting rid of the daily grind and living the life you've always wanted. You've been told your whole life that wealth is for other people, but now, you're seeing that it might be in your hands already. Right now, you can make the choice to take action. If you want to start making money from your coins, you've got to get serious about how you approach this. The market for rare coins is huge, and once you've learned what to look for, the possibilities are endless. So, why let an old penny sit there collecting dust when it could be your ticket to financial freedom? What if you could say goodbye to financial stress and hello to the life of luxury? It's all possible with the right knowledge, and that's why you're here today. I'm about to reveal exactly how you can turn this information into real money. Stay tuned for my next video, where I'll give you the top secrets for selling your rare pennies for top dollar. You don't want to miss this. If you found this information valuable, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now. Join me on this journey, and together we'll turn these rare coins into real wealth. And hey, share this video with anyone who might have missed out on this golden opportunity. Who knows, maybe you'll help someone else unlock their financial freedom. Until next time, keep looking, keep searching, and you just might discover the wealth hidden in your pocket. You've got this.